My son's mom had a daughter before him, and she was 5 when I met her. And my son just turned 13, October 13th. So Taylor Swift could actually be my child. So she didn't get it when he took that trophy, he took it from a kid, like a little kid, like. So that's a different thing. When you actually compete with an artist, they're grown, man. It just the situations are completely out of whack. They haven't listened. If you have a son's mom, right? I want you to admit what it is. If you have a son's mom, right? And if you want someone's son's mom, right? Now check this out. They would have to have, under what circumstances would you go all the way to someone else's town to converse with this person? You know this person has negative energy towards your man at that point. He would obviously have to be neglecting you. Not actually,
or he picked the wrong woman.
Not providing,
or he picked the wrong woman.
Or not providing mental maintenance in some ways.
Mental maintenance.
Yes, you have to speak to people to make people feel like they should do these things to you in different ways, and not one but two.
Right. I got you.
You know, at that point, and it's because they go off into the fantasy. Like he believes the verse. You know, so he starts to, like when you got a lot of things that I said when I said artists create superheroes, they get the nice cars, the beautiful home, and these really beautiful women around them while they're actually performing, and it's not until the director brings cut that everything goes away, you know, but they start to believe the part when the actual video is taking place as if this is a reality, and they, you know, kind of drown out the people that are there. It's like, I think rappers are like fighters in under some, you know, use them as metaphor.
I'm gonna tag
the
myself.
way a fighter, we go to the gym day one today. We start training.
Money.
No, the trainer gonna call
money.
Right. Once you're an artist, you get what comes with being successful as an artist, and financially your life changes. And because you're in a different position, they begin to resent you on some levels, but not bearing the same pressures.
Your success, taking a shot.
I was actually getting ready to ask that same question because it's almost like people say, I mean, of course, your first album, you were, like you said, a different financial point, but it's like now they just straight up, man, that's some real rich stuff. Have a baby by me, baby.
And be a millionaire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I can't even imagine.
It probably wouldn't be. It probably would be bragging if it wasn't true.
Mm-hmm. Wow. There's some truth behind it.
Yeah, I mean, right now, like. The basic child support that I would have to pay would be over $1 million by the time the child's 21.
What's your calculator?
Hey, you're in the wrong spot because we all know your back room.
I thought it was tough. I mean, I paid $1,200, but you paid over $1 million.
Yeah, it would.
Wow.
You have to make $120,000 a year on tax.
So they're doing the calculation.
She is really looking like, damn, I might have to invest in some of 50.
Huh?
But as a matter of fact, here on my Twitter, we had Jill. She talked about earlier. She said that she had a dream about you last night, and she came walking down the street, and here it is. She said you did her something wrong with that dream last night. Were you here early?
Well, I was. No, I never
Jill was
saw
waiting.
I never saw Jill before.
Jill saw you last night.
Jill,
Said that she
don't
saw all of them.
baby. Talking about how I did that.
Jill said she'll do it again.
Tell me something, like, we don't see you here today with G Unit. Like last time, one of the last times I saw you in Baton Rouge, they were with you. I mean, actually the first time I saw you.
Right.
But my question is, do you still get down? Will we hear them on the album? I mean...
Yeah, well, they're actually not on this record.
None.
I kept this record to myself. But I had so much time to write it. I wrote it and rewrote it, wrote things again, you know what I mean? Because I usually have a 2-year album cycle because I tour for like 16 months after the actual release of the record. Cause, you know, not a lot
That's what you've usually done. Will you continue to do it that way? I mean, do you think the game is changing, or you might need to change it?
Yeah, I've toured a little more. Like, see, right now what we experience within technology and the sales of actual music and retail at these different points, it's not a reflection of hit music. You know when you enjoy music when it comes on, if you like the actual artist that's actually singing it. The kids may consume it from different ways, but it still maintains the interest.
There was a day when M would come out, and we'd imagine 10 million sold immediately, like yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, how do I say this? It doesn't seem to be as relevant.
No,
the music, it just sounds crazy. And I'm not trying to hate on them, it sounds crazy.
Right?
And I'm just wondering, like, how do you keep your relevance associated with someone who seems to be going,
it's not going down.
Wow.
Really?
See, people get the interpretation of where we are is making me feel like that. See,
Please tell me.
M sold 23 million records on Marshall Mathers LP.
Okay.
Right? I came out, sold 12 million records on Get Rich or Die Trying. because I have him in my camp, it didn't allow my head to just explode or blow up. 'Cause I felt like there's room for growth. It made me feel like I'm a work in progress, and tomorrow will be a better day than today.
Right.
And what happens now when he comes out, he still has the largest selling hip hop album in 2009.
Right
which
now.
is 4 million copies. So now this may be a reflection of what the roof of what you can actually do with retail clothes at different points.
Is that all American sales though?
No, that's
worldwide.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the's no rap artist. No rap artist you
So
can
he sold more than Wayne, is what you're
Yeah.
telling me. Okay, I got you.
Easy.
I got you.
without going out the house.
But my
Wow.
that's
He never left the house.
I guess what I'm asking you, when I listen to Eminem today, do you really think it's jamming the same way it was?
I think it is. Like, you know what it is? Artistically, he has boundaries that are completely different
Right.
from everybody else.
Right.
You know, and it's like that for all hip-hop artists. The public receives you a certain way, and they have expectations of you based on that. So, like, right now, if I come out and I'm singing the hook, they go, yo, what the 50 singing on every record. They
Right.
be mad at me. But Drake do it. You understand what I'm saying? Every record. And they love him for it. You see what I'm saying? So it's just each individual artist, we place standards on them. How about my next album's called 808 and Heartbreak? And I forget the rap on it.
Wow.
What happened to 50? You see what I'm saying? Like, these are things that, you know, other artists can actually do, but we have expectations for each individual artist.
I guess in a way, I guess that maybe I want to keep them in the same space, but
yeah, until somebody's topping it,
well,
you can't say it's falling apart.
Well,
like, until somebody's selling more.
But let's play devil's advocate. You
too.
also understand the business of it.
Yeah.
So when Eminem comes, no one else's record gets pushed at Interscope Records. We start pushing.
So the building
Eminem.
leans.
Yeah, it doesn't.
He's moving it
all the way this side.
So you got to kind of get out the way.
I got you.
Where he's coming.
So in all fairness, he gets the ultimate push.
Right.
Okay, in all fairness.
So that could take away from some of the hype.
based on a previous selling track record. The system itself, sometimes they say the music business, and they should be saying the business music. It's more business than about the actual music.
That's exactly right.
So when you've proven yourself to be the best possible situation to sell the most content or copies, they're going to put the best possible plan behind it. There's nobody at the system that doesn't think like me and you. Like if we're in a business situation and we're trying to profit or make the most out of the actual situation, we know we're going to pick who our people are that are going to, this guy's a sure winner, okay, we're going to put everything behind here and go with this one. And let's see what happens. You know? GC, that's why we got to give them the bailout. Or we're going to just turn into a crack house. America just going to be the spot where they move the product.
Man.
You know?
Broadcast lab is one of us, so why not go
right there, on that 94.1.
He's going in.
Now you were talking about, you know, what's hot around the world, but let's talk about inside this country right now. You know, word about what you did, you know, up north about doing the concert and bringing in the local artists and things like that.
Yeah.
Kind of that same approach. So are you saying that you are not opposed to, let's say that you have someone that has an incredible street buzz. I'm not talking about a prepackaged buzz to where somebody is stamped by somebody else, like you said, the whole Drake thing or something like that.
Right.
I'm talking about somebody with a real earned street buzz. Are you saying that you are not opposed to working with them, you know, to help advance 50?
No, absolutely not. And at the same time, it'll give them notoriety. So, I mean, they'd actually be receiving more help than me at that point.
Right.
You know, like, that's like saying, would you do a song with, who's starting to come? Gucci?
Right.
Well, you know, like, these artists, they're coming out of southern-based markets. It's different.
Gucci on everybody's song, man, for real. Like,
that was
you talking about
The
Drake.
machine is at work.
I'm talking
The machine is at work, though.
What about this close from the entire
Gucci is
like
the
for
song
real?
with Kirk Franklin, man, for real.
Well, he took his gold out of his mouth. I mean, that's a whole different thing. But I guess, what does it take for you to do events like you did in New York? How you had like Slaughterhouse and all those underground, in other places? I mean, will there ever be a day where 50 comes out here, like you came out here to Louisiana and said, I want to work with the hottest rappers in the South and give them a work? Will you be doing that all over?
That'll actually be, the idea was to start the This Is 50.com festival in New York City.
Right.
And the next year to actually open it up, I had to massage the idea on people.
Massage the idea. I like that. You've been practicing.
Because they're looking at it like, okay, the artists are there and they got